ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च
Let's chant Mangala Charan of this
हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन्
text together.
प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्।
Sukham nityam swaprakasham vyapakam namarupayoho adhishthanam buddhyabodhyam buddhirdrugyattu nirmalam aparam sarva vedanta vedyam pratyakparam mahaha tadevaham namattonyat iti me nishchita matihi. I am that Brahman and this is my firm conviction. We went through all these characteristics independently, the characteristic features of Brahman. At the same time, as author progressed in his Tika, we saw that author has paired all these characteristic features together so that we don't misunderstand them when taken independently. And for that, we saw examples, how author has explained in detail. It is Sukham as well as Nityam. It is Nitya Sukha. Because if you just take it is Sukha, then Vaisheka Sukha also can become Brahman. Sense pleasures also can become Brahman. But to avoid that confusion, not to lead to that conclusion, it was explained as Sukha which is Nitya also. Nitya Sukha, that eternal happiness. And that happiness cannot be Vaishayika, born out of sense pleasures, because happiness born out of sense pleasure is limited. In this way, we saw that which is Nityam but Swaprakasham. Nityam, in Nyaya Darshana, 9 things have been referred to as Nitya. 3 primarily, or in broader sense, but 9. All the 5 elements and Dik, Kala, Atma, Mana. They all have been referred to as Nitya. How? It's their conclusion there. They have defined it that way. But what the point author wants to make is that should not be misunderstood as explanation for Brahman, because Brahman here it has been said as Nitya. Those things also are Nitya, so those things are Brahman. This conclusion should not take place in your mind. Why? Because Brahman is not just Nitya, but it is also Swaprakasha, and those things, they may be relatively Nitya, relatively eternal, but they are not Swaprakasha because they are Jada. But if you take Brahman as Swaprakasha alone, that which has its own source of light. Swaprakasha literally means self-luminous. If you take that meaning, then lamp, sun, etc., they being Swaprakasha, they can also be misunderstood as Brahman. That's why it is said, Vyapakam. Even though light, the sun, they may be self-luminous, but they are limited. They are not Vyapaka, all pervasive, pervading. Thus, that misunderstanding has also been avoided. Then it was said, it is not just Vyapaka, but also Nama Rupayoho Adhishthana. Why is it so? Because Vyapaka, Akasha, etc. is also Vyapaka. Space is all pervasive. Wherever you see, space is there. You may not see space, but space is there. Then, do you mean to say that Akasha is Brahman? No. Akasha is not Brahman. Why? Because Brahman is also Namarupayoho Adhishthana, and Akasha is not Namarupayoho Adhishthanam. What do you mean by Namarupayoho Adhishthanam? Basis for name and form. That without which those name and form cannot exist form the basis for name and form. Namarupayoho Adhishthana. We saw the example of gold ring and the gold ring. The ring is name and form. A circular form, a circular shape, and the name that has been given to that shape and the use of that object, considering all these characteristics, we call that particular object as ring. Because it is made out of gold, we say it's a golden ring or gold ring. Take away the gold from that name and form ring, nothing remains. Thus, gold is the basis of adhishthana for name and form ring. But is it just namarupayoho adhishthanam? No, don't take that way. It is not just namarupayoho adhishthanam but swaprakasham also. We saw the explanation. A half-hearted inquiry will lead to wrong conclusions. If you say basis for name and form, then do you mean to say like rope, which forms basis for name and form for those objects which have been superimposed? Then that rope will become Brahman? No, it's not that way. Continue with that inquiry, Namarupayoh Adhishthana, till you reach such a thing for which there is no other Adhishthana. Till you reach an object which is Swaprakasha. And if you do inquiry in this way, if you inquire in this way, all the Namarupa you go on removing. Rope, yes, rope is Adhishthana for those name and form, but rope itself is a Nama and Rupa. What is the basis for that? Go on inquiring. And then ultimately that inquiry will lead to Brahman, which is Swaprakasha. Then Brahman is not just Swaprakasha. Why? Because we saw the example or in understanding the reference to upasanas, upasaka. In upasana, we saw the example where a light source was misunderstood as a gem or a jewel. We are going to see that example again because it is very much important. See, you have seen a source of light. You have not seen the object from which the light is coming. Now, you have misunderstood that object to be a jewel. Now, to seek that jewel, you started going towards that light. Now, there are two possibilities. One possibility is that light is coming from a lamp, and that light is actually coming from jewel. If you just wait still on the idea that that light is coming from jewel, nothing is going to happen. You are not going to achieve anything. But if you start inquiring, if you go on further, if you reach that place from which that light is coming and actually a jewel is there, you will have that jewel in your hand. You will get that jewel. Similarly, to make the inquiry into Brahman easier, different upasanas have been given. As in example, the source of light was not jewel. That was not source of light. The light is not jewel. The light is not jewel. But you took that light to be jewel. Here you have superimposed idea of jewel on that light. Similarly, on a certain upadhi, idea of Brahman is superimposed with all the characteristic features of Brahman. So say, for Shiva Upasana, Shiva will be explained as Brahman with all the characteristics of Brahman in that particular Devata. And go on doing Upasana. What will happen is, when the Upasana reaches its final stage, the Upadhi will drop and Nirupadhika Brahman will be known. As you knew, achieved, as you got that jewel when you started going towards that source of light. But if you just say Shiva is Brahman and stay at that, then that Sopadhika Brahman will be misunderstood as Brahman, which is not the purport of Vedanta inquiry, which is not the purpose. The inquiry should verily lead to Nirupadhika Brahman. Thus, to make sure that this inquiry leads to Nirupadhika Brahman, Brahman was also explained as Nirmala. Nirmala Maya Tatkarya Rahitam. What is Maya and Maya Karya? The Upadhi which we have superimposed for Upasana is Mala, Maya Tatkarya. We have taken that up so to make inquiry easier. When the inquiry is complete, as you have taken that up, drop that and leave it. So by Nirmala, misunderstanding has been avoided. Now, what will be the problem if we just take Brahman as Nirmala alone? It is explained. Nirmalam aparam. Nirmalatva matroktau सांख्याभिमते आत्मनि अतिव्याप्ति संभवात. If Brahman is explained as Nirmala alone, then the understanding of Sankhya Abhimata, Atma as understood by Sankhya philosophy, Sankhya school of thought, will be understood as Brahman. Ativyapti, perverse, unwarranted extension of rule, we have seen. We have defined as an object, but that definition does not apply to our desired object alone, but also to another object which is not desired. By defining Brahman as Nirmalam, unwarranted extension, we don't want to define Atma which has been said or accepted by Nyaya Darshana, Sankhya Darshana, but it is being applied there. How is it being applied? In Sankhya Darshana, they have, as we say, Chaitanya, Brahma and Maya, they say Purusha and Prakriti. How do they say what is Purusha and Prakriti? So Purusha and Prakriti, they are separate and they take both of them to be real. The basic difference is Prakriti in Sankhya philosophy, it is real and it undergoes change to form to create this Jagat. In Vedanta, we say Maya is of course different from Brahman, but it is not real per se. It is relatively real. And because it is relatively real, whatever is the karya, effect of Maya is also relatively real. Why this explanation? Because Purusha in Sankhya Darshana, it is, if we had seen Desha Parichinnata, Vastu Parichinnata and Kala Parichinnata. With that reference, author is explaining Ativyapti Sambhavat Tadvaranaya. To avoid that misunderstanding, Aparam iti, Aparam has also been given. So Brahman is not just Nirmala but also Apara. Why so? Tanmate, Sankhyana mate. In the understanding of Sankhya, Atmanaha, for Atma or Purusha, Desha Kala Paricheda Abhave Api, Vastu Parichedasya Ishtatvat. What is apara? Param na vidyate, that which does not have any limitation. And aparam was earlier explained as that which does not have desha parichinnata, vastu parichinnata and kala parichinnata. Desha parichinnata limited by a space, a place. Kala parichinnata limited by time and vastu parichinnata limited by an object. What Sankhya Darshana says is Purusha is one, Purusha is Nitya, it is eternal. So it does not have Kala Parichinnata. It does not have Desha Parichinnata because it is Vyapaka. But because it is born through different bodies, because it is seen in different bodies as different, it is Vastu Parichinna, limited by all these bodies. What do you mean? Let's take an example. Let's say there are many different pots in a room. Now space in that room, Akasha in that room is Vyapaka. It is Anadi. Let's consider these characteristics. And that Akasha is not limited by time, it is not limited by space. But in those pots, the Akasha appears separate and different. So the space in that pot, or otherwise called as pot space, is different everywhere. But how do you say that space is one and one alone? Yes, but pots are different. Because Sankhya take all these upadhis to be real, the separation created by those pots in that space. Let me repeat again. Because in Sankhya Darshana those pots are taken to be real, the separation created by those pots also becomes real. And that's why that space gets Vastu Parichinnata, limited by that pot. In Vedanta Darshana, because we take those upadhis, limitations to be apparent, relatively real, we say even though upadhis are appearing, they are not really there. That's why Atma is one alone, even though it appears different in each and every body. For them, Vastu Paricheda is Ishta. To avoid that Vastu Paricheda, Aparam has been said. it does not have any type of limitation. Thus, because Sankhya Atma defined by Sankhya is limited by object, Vastu Parichinna, that conclusion is avoided. तस्य अपि अभावात् ब्रह्मणः न अतिव्याप्तिः. तस्य अभावात्, by saying apara, in Brahman vastu parichinnata also has been negated, and thus Brahman is not misunderstood as the understanding of Sankhya Darshana. But the question remains, why author has taken these many Visheshanas? Is it not? One Visheshana, one characteristic feature should be enough, or maximum 2 or 3. Why do you need to give all these explanations, all these definitions? It is said, Aneka Visheshananam Prayojanam. पूर्वोक्त आत्मलक्षणेषु सुखम नित्यम नित्यम स्वप्रकाशम इति द्वाभ्याम एव लक्षणाभ्याम सर्वत्र अतिव्याप्ति दोष निवृत्तौ अपि अनेकधा अतिव्याप्ति निरासोक्ति हेतु तल्लक्षण प्रयोजनेषु विस्पष्टार्थ रुचीनां सर्वप्रकारेण ब्रह्मज्ञानोत्पत्तये. What is the purpose, prayojana, of aneka visheshananam, giving these many characteristics? Author explains in his tika, Purvokta Atma Lakshaneshu, Purvokta, earlier mentioned, explained earlier, Atma Lakshaneshu, Lakshana, characteristic features, indicators of Atma. What were they? Sukham Nityam, Sukham Nityam Swaprakasham. They were paired together, dvabhyam eva lakshanabhyam. How were they were paired? Sukham nityam swaprakasham, etc. By these, what was achieved? Sarvatra ativyapti dosha nivruttau. Unwarranted extension of principle or rule was avoided everywhere by in each and every characteristic. And nivruttau api, even though that has been achieved, anekadha ativyapti nirasokti hitu. You may ask, okay, I can understand that sukham is misunderstood. That's why you said sukham nityam. Nityam can also be misunderstood. That's why you said swaprakasham. Then you should have stopped there. Sukham nityam swaprakasham. Is it not enough for understanding of Brahman or inquiry into Brahman? Author says, it may be so, but tal lakshana prayojaneshu vispashtartha ruchinam. But those who want to inquire into Brahman without having an iota of doubt, without having any confusion or any sambhrama, sarva prakarena brahma jnanotpattaye. Brahma jnanam should take place by any means and whatever means necessary. These many visheshanas have been given. We will see how these visheshanas are to be taken up, how these are to be understood. But the idea is simple. It is not necessary by one means alone or by one particular explanation alone the person in front will understand. Sometimes to explain certain thing, you have to use different ways, different methods to explain that one principle alone, one thing alone. Does that mean all those ways, all those methods, they are wrong? No. Of course, those methods should be according to Shastra, should be right. But that does not mean one method is right and other method is wrong. And those who want to know that Brahman clearly without having an iota of doubt, all these methods have already been given. Why so? So that whatever means necessary, whatever means those may be helpful for that particular individual, he will know that Brahman clearly. Vispashtartha, clearly knowing. Those who are desirous of clearly knowing, Vispashtartha Ruchinam. For those people, Sarva Prakarena Brahmajnanotpatte, Brahmajnana Utpatti. Brahmajnanam should take place. Aneka Visheshanas have been given. In conclusion, पूर्वोक्त अखिल लक्षण लक्षित चिन्मात्र ब्रह्म एव अहम न पराग रूपः इति मंगलार्थः. What is the conclusion? Purvokta, as it has been explained earlier, akhila lakshana lakshita. Lakshita, indicated, pointed out by lakshanas, akhila lakshanas, by all these characteristic features. What has been pointed out? Chinmatra Brahma, that Chaitanya Swarupa Brahma alone, eva, aham, I am that Brahman, na parag rupaha, not something which is parag, which is away from me, further from me, iti mangalarthaha. What do you mean by parag? Because earlier pratyak word had come. So, if you want to understand it this way. Parak and Pratyak. Parak is object and Pratyak is a subject. Anything and everything that is seen or known different from yourself as I, different from yourself as I, anything which is different or known differently, different from me, I, is parak. And I mean to say, Shastra is trying to say, anything and everything. That means if I know my body, it is parak. If I know my sense organs, indriyas, jnanendriya, karmendriya, they are different from me. If I know prana, they are different from me. Everything and anything that is different from me, I, subject, is an object, parak. Thus, that anything which is different from me, I am not that. I am that Brahman. Aham Brahmasmi iti Mangalartha is the conclusion, the meaning of Mangalacharana. Okay. So for last almost 4 lectures, keeping aside the first lecture, we have been going through this Mangalacharana. What is the use of this Mangalacharana? Do you mean to say I have got Brahmajnanam now because I have read this Mangalacharana? If you ask me, yes but no. What do you mean yes but no? Now it's your duty or it's our duty to make sure that Brahmajnanam has taken place. But you said you know Brahman. I know Brahman, but I know Brahman as Paroksha. Okay, somebody told me, that's why I am Brahman. I don't believe it. I am yet to believe, I am yet to experience, I am yet to know it as myself. Okay. Then how do I achieve that? Simple. Meditate and keep on inquiring. Do vichara. As we had seen, what was vichara? Vichara is inquiry into Brahman and Atma, Brahma Atma Aikya through the Lakshanas, which are given by Shastra. विचारः नाम आत्मानात्मनोः बन्धमोक्षयोः च स्वरूपस्य यथा शास्त्रं विमृश्य निर्णयः. We had seen. Doing the inquiry into what is Atma, what is Anatma, what is Bandha, what is Moksha, and having inquired into that, Yatha Shastram, according to the explanation that has been given by Shastra, and coming to a firm, rightful conclusion is Vichara. Go on doing Vichara. When this Vichara will fructify, Brahma Jnanam should take place. Then how do I do with this Vichara? Use these indicators. How? Yat, that which is Sukham Nityam, that which is Sukha, of the nature of happiness. Nityam, that which is eternal. It is in all three periods of time, which is beyond time. Swaprakasha, which is self-evident. Self-evident, me, myself. Vyapakam, pervasive. Namarupayoho adhishtanam, basis for name and form. Buddhya bodhyam, that which is not known through buddhi as an object, or if we see by buddhi, because what buddhi, what jnanam is going to do, it is going to remove the ignorance alone. It is not going to know Brahman. It is going to remove the ignorance of Brahman. That's what buddhi does. It just removes avarana nasha. Yatha ghatadi swavarana bhange, we had seen the example of light source covered by pot, etc. What is Brahman? Yattu buddhehe druk. It is sakshi, witness of buddhi. It knows buddhi. It is nirmala, maya tatkarya rahita. It is aparam. It is beyond limitations of space, time and object. It is known through Vedanta Vedyam, through Vedanta, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra, by all these as means of knowledge, as pramana. It is pratyak. It is subject, not something which is different from me. It is param. It is Shreshtha, beyond everything, surpasses everything, and it is Mahaha, lustrous, again self-luminous. That which is all these, that Brahman I am, Tat Brahma Aham Eva. I am that Brahman. Mattaha Anyat, different from me as Brahman. Na, nothing else is there. Iti me nishchita matihi. This is my firm conviction. Now, while meditating, just one caution or a word of caution. These are the pointers. Use these pointers as they are. Don't try to imagine something. We see Brahman is Swaprakasha. So we try to experience ourselves as Swaprakasha. We try to imagine ourselves as Swaprakasha. Don't do that. We try to imagine ourselves as Namarupa Yodhishthana. Don't try to imagine, because if you start imagining, you are superimposing your ideas. How the inquiry should be? Yatha Shastram. For example, and this meditation can be done anytime, in waking state, while sitting in one place, or while walking, while our each and every experience throughout the day. That which is Sukha. Okay, Brahman is Sukham. What is Sukham? Is an object sukha? No. Happiness experienced from that object, by that object, is that sukha? No. Go on inquiring. And then where the inquiry will lead, where the inquiry will end, that Sukham is Brahman, I am that Brahman. It is Nitya. Inquire into yourself. Is my body Nitya? No. Because body was born, it will drop. Then are my Indriyas Nitya? No. Am I Nitya? Yes, I am. But which me, which I? Is this Ahankara? No. Go on inquiring. And that which is, don't imagine. That which remains is me Brahman. Once you start imagining, again you are doing that same thing which we are trying to avoid. Inquiry into Brahman is not superimposition but negation. Vedanta is not trying to know something new. It is removing and unknowing everything that you know. Whatever that you know, we are trying to remove all those understandings to make sure that you know yourself, who you really are. That's what Shastras are trying to say. Is it that I don't know myself? No, I know myself, but I know myself with all these upadhis. Shastra is trying to say, I want you to know yourself without these upadhis. And how is that achieved? That is achieved by these indicators. And when will I understand my inquiry is complete? When I will have this firm conviction, nishchitamatihi, tad brahma ahameva, I alone am that Brahman, and other than me, nothing else is there. Let's move further. Now, somebody has raised doubts and questions. Akshepa. What are these akshepa? स्वप्रत्यगात्म विषयक मंगलाचरण विषय आक्षेप समाधानानि. New topic. Now, inquiry into explanation of Mangalacharana is over. But somebody is raising a doubt, a question. You have done Vastu Nirdeshatmaka Mangalacharana. You have pointed out Brahman. But we are not happy with your Mangalacharana. Why do you say so? Prathamaha Akshepaha. Nanu Hari Hara Brahmadishu Upasyeshu Satsu तत्स्मरणात्मक मंगलाचरणं विहाय स्वात्मस्मरण रूपं मंगलम किम इति युक्तम. किम इति युक्तम कर्तुम इति चेत. The question is, Nanu, but please tell me, sir, Hari Hara Brahmadishu Upasyeshu. Hari Hara Brahma, Hari Vishnu, Hara Shiva, Brahma, Brahmadeva. All these for Upasyeshu. These are Upasya. Satsu. Are they not Upasya? Yes, they are Upasya. Do you not do Upasana every day of these? Yes. Then Tatsmarana Smaranatmakam Mangalacharanam Vihaya. Rather than remembering these Hari Hara Brahma, you are doing Mangalacharana of Svatma Smarana Rupam Mangalam. You are remembering your own Atma Swarupa. Do you think it is appropriate to remember yourself rather than remembering your upasya, that which you meditate upon? Imagine the question, see the viewpoint of the question. If Sevaka, rather than glorifying king, glorifies himself as the servant of the king, The purpose of Mangalacharana is not that, but it has been understood by the one who is raising the question. What is he trying to say? He is trying to say, rather than glorifying, doing Mangala of those which you meditate upon, do puja every day, you are glorifying yourself. Do you think it's appropriate? The answer is given, samadhanam uchyate. This answer is very much beautiful, but this answer should be understood the way it has been answered. These answers and questions, the question is from relative Vyavahara standpoint, and the answer is being given from absolute standpoint from Paramarthika Satta. The question is raised in Vyavaharika Satta or with reference to Vyavaharika Satta. The answer is being given from Paramarthika Satta. Samadhanam uchyate. The answer is being given. Mai akhand chidam bodhau हरिहर ब्रह्मार केंद्र चंद्र वरुण यम शक्ति कुबेर गणपत्यादि उपलक्षिताः सर्वे अपि देवाः तरंगायन्ते. अतः मयि सर्व प्रपंचाधिष्ठाने जगत्कारणे स्मृते मत्कार्यभूताः ते सर्वे अपि देवाः स्मृताः एव भवन्ति. तस्मात् स्वविषयकं मंगलाचरणम् एव युक्तम्. What the answer is being given? Mayi, in me. Who am I? Akhanda chidam bodhau. I am Ambudhi. Ambhu. What? The ocean of Chit, Chaitanya. In me, if Chaitanya was to be taken up as the ocean, which is Akhanda, without any partition, without any parts, it's just the ocean alone. In that ocean, as you see taranga, waves in ocean, as you see waves in ocean, similarly in me, the ocean of Chaitanya, what are the tarangas, what are the waves? Hari, Hara, Brahma, Arka, Indra, Chandra, Indra, Varuna, all these devatas, what are they? Hari, Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, Arka. Arka is sun, Chandra, Indra, Chandra, moon, Indra, the devata of all devata. Don't misunderstand this as deity, even though deity has been taken up as translation. It does not exactly fit because the idea of devata is different. Later when we come to that part, we will see the explanation. Varuna, Varuna, Parjanya or water. Yama, the god of death, not exactly god of death, but that's how we understand. Shakti, Kubera, all these devatas, they are upalakshitaha. They are upalakshita, they have been superimposed. Upalakshita, sarve api devaha, all these devatas, tarangayante, they are the waves. And are those waves anywhere different than the Karana? Are those waves different from ocean? No. Because waves are not different from ocean. When I say ocean, waves are understood. Ataha, therefore, Mayi sarva prapanchadhishthane jagat karane smrute. When I do Mangalacharana, when I remember, sarva prapancha adhishthana, the adhishthana, the substratum, the basis of this whole prapancha, this entire creation, not just that, it jagat karana, which is karana of that, the cause of that creation, smrute, when it is remembered, mat karya bhutaha te sarve api devaha. The effects, what are those effects? All these devatas, they are smrtaha eva bhavanti. Sir, I did not understand. Okay. While walking on the road, you saw a shop which was selling gold ornaments. Now tell me, sir, what do you say? Do you say that that shop is gold ornament shop or gold shop? सोने की दुकान, gold shop, right? Why did you not say a shop that sells gold ornaments or gold ornament shop? No, when you say gold, ornaments are all of course understood. When I say gold, ornaments are known, are taken up. Similarly, when I say Brahman, when I do Mangalacharana for Brahman, of course the effect of that Brahman, which are these devatas, Mangala of these devatas is done. That's why Tasmat Svavishayakam Mangalacharanam eva yuktam. The Mangalacharana of my Swarupa, that which is Brahman, the Mangalacharana of that Brahman is yuktam, is appropriate. Again, the next question will be raised, which will be again from Vyavaharika Satta. The answer will be from Paramarthika Satta, but that we will see next time in the next. Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति।